Well, good morning, everyone. It's Dawn Westaver here again, doing up some Annabelle hydrangea. We're going to prune, and we're going to cut off some runners, and we're going to do some cuttings to show how you can make more hydrangeas from a cutting. So I have posted, or I will be posting, some pictures of when I was starting to dig this guy out. The wind is so strong out there today, and I can't, the reception is not going to be good for me to do this outside. So I was going to dig this one up anyways, where it was, because it was running too much. The soil is too soft there, so it's got lots of room to branch out, and I didn't want it to, so I was going to dig this guy up anyways. I think the Annabelle is the only hydrangea that I know of, that I have anyways, that runs, that you can get cuttings off of runners. You can propagate by taking the cuttings off of the runners like this. I'll just pull this guy over here. So you can see all of these little hairy roots here. So you can take a cutting off of that one, and you can put that in the ground, and that would start to grow a new Annabelle like that. The other way that you can do it is just taking cuttings off of your stems, and if you're lucky enough to have one that has some branching on it, then that's probably a better one to start. So I'm going to cut this right down anyways, so I'm just going to take a cutting here. So I just took a cutting off, and I made sure that there's some new growth coming. You can see the new little growth coming here. So this one here, and all I do for these is I just have a pot, and I make sure that I have at least one nodule that is underneath this soil. So there's one here, and I think, well, there's one up here, so let's just see if I can get two of them. No, I can't get two of them in there, but that's all right. One is good anyway. These ones here happen to be farther apart, so I'm just going to get a little more soil for that one. And actually, I'll wait, because in a pot this size, if I was just doing cuttings, then I'd probably put about 6 or 8 in this pot. So let's do that. So I'm going to take, here's another one that is branching, so I'm just going to cut him off. And so I've got some new growth here. So I'm going to put him in there too. And I'm not going to take the buds off at the bottom, what's underneath the soil. They'll be okay down there. So now this one here is a runner. Now, but I can't see any little fibrous roots on it, so he's going to have to go in this pot to start his own root system. So this one's a bit bigger, but I'm just gonna, has one tiny little hair here, but I'm gonna put him in. I'm gonna go like this and then turn him so that most of that root is down. Maybe you didn't see what I was doing there, but it has like a right angle on it. So I'm just going to put it down and across, so that most of it is down in there. So, and we'll just get a couple more there. I'll see if any of these are coming off with runners. No, I don't see any others ones there. Now this one here, I don't see any growth on it, so it might be dead. So, and you know if they're dead or alive because there's any green there, and there's no green on that one. So that's the first thing that you do in the springtime when you're pruning these, is I wait until the buds start coming out. I'll move that out of the way. Once the buds start coming out, then you can see if there's any buds coming out on your branches. Now that one there I don't. Now I see a bud way down at the very bottom, So I think I'm going to cut him off so that he can just start growing. The top part is dead, but there is a little growth down on the bottom. This is so big that I can't really turn it to show you guys very well. So this one here is a nice one. So I'm going to cut him off way down, and I'll put him in the pot as well. So most of your hydrangeas, you can prune them back, and I prune them back in the springtime. Just going to put this big pot over here. And you do wait for your new growth to come. And that's for the PG hydrangea that I have. And I have another one, and I'm not quite sure what it's called. I think it's an open lace, a Japanese lace hydrangea, and not all of the blossoms come out like the PG. The PG is the cone-shaped one that goes pink and cream colored and pink, and all the blossoms come out in that whole cone. The other one that I have, that's the lace one, only some of them come out, and so it's a different look altogether. That one there also turns from cream to pink and to a darker shade of pink. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you the bottom part here, and this guy is monstrous. You'll see from the pictures, but there's more roots coming off of this guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some cuttings off of these. Now these ones we're going to pot up for the garden club sale. Ugh. Get them untangled there. So this guy has lots of hairy roots down here. So, whoops. So I'm going to cut him off. And so that's one we're going to pot up for the garden club sale. And that's what I'm going to do to quite a few of them here. So, oh, look at this little guy. And he's got nice root on the bottom. It's not very big, but these hydrangeas grow really, really well. And if your ground is a really nice ground and you're scared that it will run, it'll start having runners going into other plants and stuff. What I do with any of the plants that I really like, that I want to have in my garden and that they produce runners, is I put them in a pot, and then I dig a hole big enough for the pot to go down into, but I leave the lip of the pot up above the ground, so that some, not the hydrangea I don't think would do that, but like your mints and stuff like that, a lot of your herbs, they'll run like crazy into everything. So so that's why I leave the lip on it, so that they can't go out over the top and start running, because they'll do that as well. So so we're just going to do a few more cuttings here off of this guy. And we're going to pot those up for the garden club sale. And when I'm doing this, I'm hoping that you guys can see this. It's so dark in here. I've got my hanging baskets there, and they're starting to block out the sun on me. But when you get a plant like this from the garden club sale, it might not be in a very big pot, but that's because we don't have a lot of soil to put in these pots. We're not commercial growers. We're just trying to pot them up. So you've got lots of nice hairy roots there. So that one's a good one. And this one's got quite a few branches on it. And I'll actually prune that guy back, because there's no growth above. There's no growth above this one, but there is some little ones right here and right here. I'm going to prune that back. And let's see with these ones here. These ones here might be dead. Yeah, that's dead. We'll get rid of him, and we're going to get rid of that one. There we go. Oops, and, oh, sorry. Close quarters here. No, that's completely dead there, so. But it has some green. Now, if I can get this turned, it does have a little bit of green coming out on the bottom of it right here. So so that'll start growing right from that one there. So I'll just set that one aside as well. So you can shape your hydrangeas a little bit. The Annabelles, I find, also are kind of droopy. because the blossoms that are on the Annabelle are like a mushroom cap. And the ones that come on these ones are, oh gosh, they can be as much as a foot wide. A lot of them are less than that, like 6 to 8 inches, I would say, but you'll get some that are really, really big on it. And that. So what I do is I put a ring in there, same as what you would have for a peony ring, or a tomato cage, but larger for it. And you got to do that as soon as you can in the springtime. After you've pruned, get that ring over there, and get it on top of it, so that so that the buds are still small, so you're not going to break anybody by doing that, and so that you can get that down over top of it. And then once it starts to grow, if you don't have a lot to do in your garden, you might have time enough to go out there and see in your ring that once the branches start branching out, that you can feed them so that they go outside of the wire, the round wire, and if you do that, then it'll look more natural. Because if you don't do that, it's going to look like it's in a ring. So if you can try and pull those little branches out, and if you don't get it done right away, you can go there and if you can't pull that branch down and out so that you can get it outside of the ring, then just cut it off as far down as you have to kind of get it out. Because these things will just keep growing and growing. They probably get, I would say, feet or so. Like usually in the springtime, I cut it right down to about 12 inches. But one of the things I'm going to try this year is I'm not going to cut one of them down so far, because these branches might very well help support the longer branches once it gets growing and it starts blooming. This one here blooms in July. And the blooms, that starts blooming, I think, sometime maybe end of July. But the blooms are still there come September, I know, because we use them sometimes in the garden club entries into the exhibition. So so that's what we do with the Annabelles. And so this guy is absolutely huge. So we'll probably have at least a dozen Annabelle hydrangeas for the garden club sale. Now, the garden club sale, we've been working on that, and we're going to do it as a virtual sale. So our club members right now are sending in what they have in their gardens. They're looking after them right now until pickup day. So we're now going to have pickup day on May the 30th is what the pickup day is going to be. So we're hoping by the end of this week that everyone that has plants to donate will get their information into us. And we're going to post it on the Facebook page, and we're also going to post it on the website. I think we can do that. And we're trying to get a YouTube channel going so that those that don't have Facebook, that we can post it on the YouTube channel, so that if they have internet, that they can actually then look and see. And hopefully we're going to be able to post all of the videos that we've been doing, because I know some of our garden club members don't have Facebook, and they're disappointed that they can't view these videos. But we're working on it, so I'm hoping that that we're going to get that all sorted out. We're also working on doing an e-transfer, so that once you've placed your order, we can see it's going to be first come, first serve. We don't have, some things we won't have very much of, other things we might have, quite a few. So it'll be first come, first serve. So when you place your order, a couple of us are going to come and work at social distancing, but all of them are going to come to my yard, and we're going to do up the orders as they come in to the garden club email or Facebook. So so then we're going to do your order up, and then on the Saturday of May 30th, we're going to put out a schedule for how you can pick up your order. And I'm going to look into how they do it at the farmers market in Glasgow, because I think they do it by your last name alphabetical. So then they give the people that starts with A, they come at a certain time to pick up their order, and then the B's come afterwards, or ABCs come. I'm not sure. Depends, I guess, on how many people you have with the same name or same letter, first letter in their name, as to how your timing will go on how you can pick them up and that. So watch out for the updates on what we've got, for a list of what we've got available, and how we're going to do the e-transfer. We will take money, but we're going to try and limit that for sure. But you'll know, because we will send you back an email to say that all of your order was filled and this is how much it costs. Almost everything that we have is only $3. And so I think the e-transfer, I was told that the e-transfer, you have to have a minimum of $10 before you can e-transfer. But most people that are buying from the Garden Club don't buy less than $10, that's for sure. So anyway, so just stay posted for all of that. I wish I could go outside to show you some pruning on the other hydrangeas. But, oh, I know what I'll do. This one here branches out differently than the bigger ones. But on almost any bush that you have, if you want it to go in a certain direction, you will note on here, I don't know if you can see or not, but there's buds here. So one bud is going out, if I can do that. One bud is going to the right and one is going to the left. Well, this one here is going outwards. So what you would do, normally on other plants and other hydrangeas and that sort of thing, you don't have two here, you only have one. But if you only wanted it to go in that direction, just pick off the inside one. But on the other ones, you'll have a bud here, and then the next one, the bud will go the other way. So if you wanted to go outwards, what you would do is you would prune right there, so that as it grows, it's now going to go out. Because you don't want a lot of stuff going in, because that's when you get tangled up stuff and your branches rub together. And when that happens, then that's when the bugs just love it. The disease and stuff like that will get into your actual, the core of your plant. So you don't want that to happen. And so it helps with the health of the plant and the airflow that goes in there. So I guess that's probably it for me today. And so just stay tuned, please, for our ongoing updates on how we're going to do the plant sale. And we're going to do it as best that we can and as safe as we can, so that we can still have our sale for you guys and for us for our fundraising. It's our only fundraiser. And then we'll see how it goes, and hopefully it'll all work out great. I'm sure it will. So anyways, thanks for stopping by today. Okay, bye for now. It won't work with my glove. There we go.